Who is Randy? Don't bring anyone mother into this. Yo, mom in the fucking stand!
We have to talk about, by the way, before we move further along, that over the weekend, or before the weekend, I think before the holiday week, during our off week, so to speak, Louis had a set that was leaked and created this insane backlash.
Yeah.
In the comedy
I love
world.
it. Don't you love it? The chaos. What is happening?
It disturbed me on so many levels. I mean, I'm serious.
Why? What was the worst? What was disturbing for you?
Okay, first of all, the idea that, I mean, especially when people in comedy who know better act like they don't, is what bothered me, is that this is clearly a workout set, right? Like the guy,
just so you know, he didn't. It's not a theater. It's like at a club in Long Island.
Yeah, he stopped in Governor's in Long Island,
right?
And he does like a 45-minute set. It's probably his 12th to 15th time on stage since being off stage for like 10 months.
Yeah.
And this is part of the process of how you build material. Like you do these pop-ins, and then you take that material to clubs, and then you work out some dates in clubs, and then you take it to a small theater, and then a bigger theater, and then for him, he can go even beyond that to an arena. But I'm saying the process is that you remove your feelings about what he's done. You're talking about comedy now, like stand-up. Now we're going to, we're going to act like the...
Well, what are people saying about him? Let's start there.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, first of all, the idea that you're judging a workout set is insane.
Yeah.
I get it if you're from the general public and you're going like, what are you talking about? But the point is, you do those sets to be kind of reckless. You do that, you speak irresponsibly.
Absolutely.
And then you figure out, like, there's parts that, let's say, really don't get a laugh or get a or maybe as you move along.
Right. Or you go too far.
Right,
And
you go too
go,
far.
oh, that broke, that didn't bend, and then I'm going to rein it in here and there.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then you rein it in, and you kind of go like, okay, well, this is how I'll make these changes. But if you release, you release the 10th time you've worked out your set.
Yeah.
That part's crazy to me, that people in comedy are like, oh, it's this and it's that. It's like, dude, it's not done, and you know better. That's the point.
You know, as a craftsman, as someone who's been doing this for 20 years.
Of course. What are you talking about? Why are you acting like...
It's a first draft. It's a first draft.
Yeah. And that part made me crazy. Then just the need to really beat the shit out of him, like his comedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing
but
this?
But what you're saying is, so people are now saying like, oh, he's so thoughtless. He's acting like an old grumpy man against millennials.
What?
And it's like, well, he was always that POV. Louis hasn't changed his POV
at all. It is
yeah.
Here's what makes me crazy. There's people who go like, I've never found that guy funny. I've always said he's not funny. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to like everybody. That makes sense. But people who are like, I was a big fan, and now
he's insensitive.
I heard this, and now I hate him.
Okay.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same sensibility.
Yeah.
It's the same guy doing the same type of material he's done. It's like vintage Louis.
It's the same thing, except now you know something so weird and dark about this person.
Yeah.
And can you still know that and like him? And I think what's interesting, and if you look back at all the artists, a lot of people that you've loved have been colossal pieces of shit.
Yeah.
If you look at, R. Kelly, who's in the zeitgeist now, right? The crazy stuff he's done. And can you listen to his music? Elvis Presley was banging Priscilla Presley, who was 15 years old. Jerry Lee Lewis marries his 13-year-old cousin.
To be fair, all those guys, way bigger pieces of shit.
Right.
Like, not even close.
Right, but I'm saying, can you separate the man from his work? And that's always the big philosophical debate.
Okay, personally, like on the comedy side of things, listening to that and then hearing people purposely, deliberately try to characterize it as alt-right, and now they're like, oh, he's an old washed up hack.
What are you talking about?
What? Like, even, and here's the thing, it kind of shows you that if you decide to frame something as such,
yes,
and start telling people,
yes,
and people go along with it, then it becomes a truth.
It's like
to them.
trailers. It's like when they were recutting trailers with different music, like The Shining, and making it a comedy.
Right.
It really is about lens and point of view and framing.
Except
the content.
Here's the thing. In this situation, like not in all situations, but in this situation, I'm actually so well informed on a subject that I can't be swayed to believe something that isn't true.
Yeah.
Like I am so well informed of how this works and what I'm listening to and what I'm seeing that none of the opinions of others can make me see something that isn't there.
Yes, I agree with you there.
It is not a hacky premise.
No.
What he said, like, what happens is people are going like, oh, he said like these kids today are so crazy. And it's like, well, if you frame it that way, then that's the premise. But if you listen to it and you actually hear what was said, you realize it was a much richer concept.
Yes, it's layered.
Yeah, of course.
And here's what I will say too, is that, we all know what he did. It's not right. Da-da-da-da-da. I listened to the whole hour.
Yeah.
And I laughed. And I haven't had...
Because he's hilarious.
I haven't had... I'm telling you, and I know I see comedy all the time. Aside from you and a handful of our friends, nobody makes me laugh. And I was like, I'm so glad he's back. And I really fucking liked it. And you struggle with it. You go, can you separate what the man did from the stuff he does, the work he does? And hey, I'll tell you what, he's fucking funny enough that I think I can.
Yeah.
I think I'm pro.
I mean, I just.
God damn it, he's talented. And can I tell you something else? Nobody is funnier when they got nothing to lose.
I know.
And Louis has lost everything, and I think it's made him fucking way funnier. When you're like, he said it. He goes, "What are you going to take away my birthday?"
I know.
Fuck you. And I love it.
It bothers me.
God damn it, I love it.
That he's had to, you can't act like just because other people have suffered that he hasn't, as like the idea that this year has been just a peach for him is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, yeah, but what about the other? I mean, you could still respect that there's other people that have been affected and still say like it's not like this year has been chill for him. Like you've been publicly shamed. You have 2 teenage kids who see this and see you all the time. You think that's fun?
Right.
But they're like, let's still kick the shit out of him for his workout set. Like, what is going on?
I know. He's really taking it.
I don't agree with it, man.
Which is crazy.
I don't like it. But I do want to point something out.
What?
Aside from that, unless you had something else to
add.
I
was just thinking too, like when did we become such a bunch of fucking sissies that you can't have sympathy for a group, or you can't have real life feelings for somebody, for a group, and yet still make fun of them. Like, what happened to that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For instance, Joan Rivers, her husband was deaf, right? And so she would make jokes about deaf people. And just because you joke about it doesn't imply that you don't have sympathy for that group. Do you know what I mean? Like, Louis can joke about things that he might still feel sympathy for. And you still make.
We do it all the time.
I know, but right now I'm saying people don't have that distinction in their minds. But they think because you make fun of it that you're an asshole. You're not pro these people.
I think they do.
Stupid.
I think everybody who gets it gets it. In other words, people.
Yes, reasonable people.
Yes, they get that.
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing. The people that don't get it, the only thing that's making us go like, "What the fuck is wrong?" is that you hear them. Because they have, we all share this these platforms.
Yeah.
So you see them going like, "What's wrong with you? How could you make fun of that deaf person?" And so because you ingest their nonsense, you go, "Oh my god, everything's fucking."
My hands are numb. But what I was gonna say,
it's fucking cold.
My face is frozen too. Just let me put on my jacket. No, and here's my theory on these people that come out against the dark comedians.
Yeah.
Okay. These social justice warriors.
Give it to me.
I'll tell you what the theory is. I think these guys are so afraid of their own dark-sidedness. They're so afraid of the demons within them that they're going to call it out on somebody else. You're bad. You're sinful. It's just like the preacher who's hating the gays and not, the homosexuals are going to burn. And it's the same guy who's blowing other guys in the bathroom stall and doing crystal meth, right? Like Ted Haggard.
I got to say, you usually don't say anything smart, but I think you're pretty on
I think
point.
It's the chill in the air. It's really...
The chill in the air is making your brain work, okay?
I'm serious though. I tell you what, these fuckers that are calling Louis out. First of all, for those of you who don't know, it's stand-up comic code. It is just an unspoken code that you don't shit on another dude for what they're doing creatively. You don't
shit on other comics stand-up.
Not on the stand-up. We can critique on your personal life.
Yeah,
but it is nobody's fucking business. And for these
comics
people
to do it,
to comics,
for the general public, fine.
That's different. But it's code. You never fucking do it. And the fact that these guys are doing it, it's I think despicable, and it goes against everything creative. And there you go. There, I fucking said it.
Yeah, I just.
God damn it.
I was bothered by it.